Top of the morning, YouTube. Let's go. Today's topic: does body count matter for a woman? And this is a very, very sensitive topic, I think, as far as knowing, does it really matter if her body count is high or low or high? In my opinion, it doesn't really matter because number one, women ain't going to tell you their true body count. You have no way of knowing their body count unless you know them already, who are friends with them, whatever, and know their lifestyle. But I think low body count, high body count, they're going to leave you if they're not happy at the end of the day. Women, they can have education, been with one man, and they're still divorcing. They're still leaving. Period. They're still, it's even more greater that they leave you if they're educated. Okay, it's the mindset, not to set how much time they had sex. I think that's just a little foolish to think that, oh, well, if she has sex with 2 people and she has sex with 10 people, that the one with 2 people will be better to bond with than the one with 10 to 12 people. That doesn't matter. It's their mindset. And we're going to review this.
They're naked. They're attractive.
But Kim Kardashian get married. How many times have Kim Kardashian been married?
How many times? How many?
And don't she have a sex tape?
You mean how many times her marriage has failed? You mean how many times her marriage has failed?
Let me talk. Y'all asking me to talk, so I'm gonna talk. Y'all told me that men don't see it as them gambling with their livelihoods, right? When they cheat on their women, right? And the crazy part is everybody pretty much came to a consensus of what type of woman they like. So why is it that a lot of men that end up cheat with the exact opposite, but now we're sitting up here acting like the 304 is like this condemned thing when the 304 is the girl that you are gambling for?
Well, do you genuinely
like she's worth losing your wife for? But you want your wife to believe that you don't like the tiny skirt, the 40-inch wig, that's what I'm confused about. You leave the natural girl at home, the modest woman at home, and you go and I'm not understanding that concept.
I can explain it to you. It's very simple. It's very simple. Like they're whores. Like men are going to like them. They just don't want to wife them. You don't want to be responsible for them, but you want to have sex with them. They're naked. They're attractive.
But Kim Kardashian get married. How many times have Kim Kardashian been married?
She's been married a lot of times. You know how many times? How many?
And don't she have a sex tape?
You mean how many times her marriage has failed? You mean how many times her marriage has failed?
Let me talk. Y'all asking me to talk, so I'm gonna talk.
Y'all love Lady O. Y'all love Lady O down, and Lady O said just because you get a divorce, it does not mean it's a failure. That Lady O, tell the truth. You just said it 30 minutes ago. It's on tape. It's on record. You said it's not a failure. Now you saying it's a failure, Darwin.
Kim Kardashian. I don't speak through the vocals of Dr. Lady O.
Kim Kardashian,
right? And when I say that,
I don't think she's the type of hoe that other guys think she is.
She not what? What kind of hoe is she?
I don't necessarily think she's the type of hoe other guys make her out to be.
What type of hoe would you say she is?
Kim Kardashian. That's
what type of hoe is she? Real though.
But y'all calling her a hoe though?
I don't think she's the type of hoe everybody make her out to be. So
what type of hoe would you make her?
Top of the morning, Mr. Sophisticated Jerk. What's good? Get it in this morning, get the knowledge out there.
y'all say women with sex tapes and that are on OF are hoes.
Is a businesswoman.
She had a.
So now OF models are business women, darling. OF models are business women now.
OF models always been business women.
No, y'all call them 304.
Hold on, what kind of
anything that comes with a return on investment is a part of business.
Kim Kardashian had that little vanilla stupid sex tape, right? It was ass. You can't even beat your meat to it, right? Can't even beat your meat to it.
That's how she got famous.
Yeah, let's say she got famous from the little stupid leaked sex tape from whoever. I don't know whoever did it. I don't care. After that, she immediately was getting married. Like that's not these typical hoes thing. They're not getting married. Like that girl got married like 5 times.
Kardashian is like she's a bad example.
I'm not saying that she's not an example, Dr. Lady O, because the problem is a lot of our sisters try to follow the Kim K route, and what happened is it didn't work out for them. They end up being bust downs and they were broke.
White girl when she do it, but when a black woman do it, that lady is one of the biggest hoe. I can look up her sex tape right now.
Yeah, but the reason why I got more respect for Kim K is because she got her money out of it. The black women that are following behind, Kim K, all of y'all lined up to try to be like Kim K. End up getting your tonsils swollen up.
I ain't got 4 kids, baby. I got 4 kids, and then I don't even fucking no crackheads.
Swelling up, and you ain't got a brand, you ain't got a clothing line. You're sitting here on LaPeak broke as hell.
Who ain't got what a brand?
And let me speak. And let me speak to this. And let me speak to this thing. Let me speak to this. This body count thing, because in Real Dope Daddy, y'all gotta listen to men whenever they trying to tell y'all. We're giving y'all the secrets that we don't have to.
A hoe is a hoe, my nigga.
When a man, one thing you gotta understand, when a man chooses not to commit to a woman with a high body count, it's not insecurity, it's selective discernment. Because here's the truth: the more sexual partners a woman has, the higher the risk for issues in pair bonding, long-term satisfaction, and marital stability.
Now, I disagree with that. I disagree with that sentiment because women who are educated, low body counts, they leaving too. They are divorcing their men too. Yeah, because Kim K. See, the thing about Kim K. See, this is what people don't understand, right? Typically, a lot of cases, especially on that level of Kim K, is business. A lot of marriages are businesses. They run kind of like a business, It is and this is I think why men are delusional, right? Because men will say, "Oh, I won't marry her or wife her if she's a hoe," or "I know she's a hoe," but a lot of men who are married to educated women who got low body counts, are having and are getting left by these women with low body counts. Women, see, here's the thing about body count for a woman. This is why it doesn't really matter. If her body count's low, her ego is even bigger, right? Because now she has a lot more demands. She's going to have a lot more expectations because she knows that most women are going to be 3 or 4s and that you're going to need her. A woman with a high body count, right? She's going to have an ego too because she knows she's going to think that her coochie is gold and it's really not, right? But she thinks that men value her because they sleep with her. So either or both of them have big egos at the end of the day. So any woman with a big ego, whether she has a low body count or high body count, is, still very unstable and will still leave you. Let's take Michelle Obama, right? Low body count, most likely. Probably been with maybe 1-2 men her whole life. And she keeps threatening to leave Obama for nothing, just because she don't feel it. Her mind is like, I feel like I can do more, be more without you. I want to show that. She want to show the world that she can be something without Obama. Women will leave you just because they don't feel right. Women go with their feelings and their emotions, so they don't feel like this marriage is making them better, or they don't feel like they love you the same way y'all grown apart. They will leave you no matter what their body count is or was. It's all a mindset. Love and a marriage, for it to work, it's all about the mindset. Doesn't matter the body counts. Because if she has a high body count, right, she most likely is going to still, she doesn't mean she can't fall in love with somebody. Doesn't mean she can't adore somebody and leave all those other men alone.
That's not an opinion. That's a fact. Men are, hang on, ma'am. Men aren't insecure. They're pattern aware. They know the stats, they know the risk, and then have every right to set a boundary based on outcomes, not your damn feelings. Now, imagine calling a woman insecure for not committing to a broke, unemployed man. Y'all call that standards. But when a man does it, suddenly it's insecurity. Men are shamed for preferences while women are applauded for them. But men are waking up now, and we not apologizing for it.
So let me start off here. And you always talk about the beginning of marriage and things like that. But let's talk about the long end. When your dick don't go up, we still have to be for better or for worse. Okay? Women gonna always have that tight, wet coochie forever. You can always make sure that you have something to put in forever. When your dick get limp, we have to sit up here and say, baby, it's okay. I was want to sleep anyway. Don't piss me off. You talking about now?
Ha! She said tight, wet coochie forever. Oh,
about forever.
How you know?
How deal with that?
How you know?
So let me ask you this, Shanice. You saying that the dick don't go up, but why does it go up when a more slimmer, more tighter, more younger, more firmer woman coming in place?
So let's go back
that
to
means something wrong with your vagina.
It won't.
Shanice, how do you know this? How you know our meat gonna start working? You said you date older men?
Yes.
So you dating the ones with erectile dysfunction?
I date older men that will fit me.
You dating the ones that ain't gonna want to have sex with you.
What does that mean?
Oh my God.
Fit you.
Buzzer, you weak? You laughing? You weak? Please speak up.
Answer that. That man had a really good question for you.
I asked you. You weak? You laughing?
No, you can't run from it. Real dope.
Okay,
the man got you in the checkmate. Answer that man question.
Back to you, Daddy.
She say, "Are you done or are you finished?"
All right. So it seems like you just dating the men that you don't gotta have sex with.
No, it's not about I date the man I don't have to have sex with. Every man's gonna go through that trial. Every man's gonna go through the limp dick phase.
Who told you that? How do you know that?
Hold on, because my guys,
that's science.
He ain't got no problems or no medication.
That's science.
I'm asking. Yeah, that's why I want to know how you know that.
That's statistics.
What are the statistics?
African American men, because they don't like to go to the doctor. They don't like to take care of themselves.
All right, give me the knowledge.
I'm going off the statistics.
What are the statistics? I want to learn. I want to know.
Okay, so the statistic is more African American males would deal with
what is more
dick problems when they hit their 50s because they don't go to the doctor. Oh my God!
No, 30s.
Well,
no. It's 30s. It's not 50s.
Side chick, yeah, he should get it. I think he should let her walk. Let her spread her wings, because the longer Obama tries to keep her, it's going to get worse, right? It's just women, once they invest a lot in their emotions and their feelings. I'm telling you, this body count thing is overrated in a way where every woman with low body count, high body count, they're leaving. There's some outliers, but the marriages that last are the ones that become a little bit more business savvy with each other, and still like each other. You know what I mean? Because you're not gonna. there's just no way you're going to love someone for many, many years the same way you loved them the first year, then year 20, right? But the relationship that tend to stick it out is when it becomes more business minded, more respectable on a business level, right? And these are I think this is where the delusion sets in. A lot of men and women, they want Disneyland experience. They want the Disney experience. So that's why they want a woman with a low body count. Oh, because she's going to be more faithful. She's not going to cheat on me. She's not going to do this. But women cheat regardless at a high rate. So many women got work husbands. So many women are out here, sleeping with different guys. Whether they be, what one would call, whether they be, classy or not classy, right? Now, at the end of the day, dudes are wifing up hoes. Dudes are wifing up 304s. Left and right. Because you know why? Because they're finding out and they come to the conclusion that no woman really tells the truth about their body count. Even if you do meet a woman who you think is high quality, low body count, she don't really know her body count. You don't know if she got ran through in high school. You don't even know if she got ran through while you meet her. And no man's going to ask a woman, what's your body count, baby? Right? Ain't no man going to ask that. Right? That's just not going to be a topic of conversation. Now, there are conversations that can happen, and she say, oh, I was with only, a couple guys my whole life. There are some women might say that, but a lot of women be lying. Women are liars. So you can't believe everything you hear. Now, like I said, everything that a person tells you, unless you can put receipts with it, is questionable. So therefore, body count doesn't matter because you don't know. You can't prove whether she's has a low body count or not. Unless you grew up with her and her family and and your friends, and she's been under that telescope, then maybe you can have a good assessment. You know what I mean? You can have a better way of, I know she doesn't sleep around. I've been, we went to the same school. I've been observing her for years. And getting with a woman like that is rare. Very rare. But typically you meet somebody you don't live around, somebody you've never been around. Or maybe you was around them and then y'all separated for like 8 to 10 years and then y'all full circle. But here's the point. These women are cheating anyway. Especially the one with the low body counts. They're leaving and cheating and finding other men too. There is no discrimination, man. A woman in her body she can be compromised. Right? Once she's going out to the world, fighting for resources and doing things, you're only hoping, right? You're only crossing your fingers that, okay, she keep the deal, that she keep that thing, keep holding it down for you, But this is where the monogamy thing is very, I would say, the monogamous part of it is what makes it a deal whether she has a high body count or low body count, right? Because if she has a low body count and you guys are in a monogamous relationship, right? You think that there's a less chance that she's going to give a coochie away. And if she displays like she, is classy and not, real sassy or very cultured in a way where it's palatable, most guys gonna take her. But at the end, here's the thing that's dangerous, man. This person you meet in the beginning don't mean they're going to be the same person in the end.
Literally
Also, it's 30s now. I apologize.
There is some truth to what you're saying, but also lack of SMEX also it causes men to have ED problems too. It's just like men need to have it. They have to release. That's just their life. So, you know, if they don't do it inside you, it could be, you know, their hand or whatever, but they have to release, and that can cause ED problems later on in life. But it's also, it could be diet, it could be exercise, and it could be, you know, other issues, but it's not all men. Because I tell you, mine's in his 60s, and that's not an issue. No,
right. So I didn't say all men. Hey, Dr. Lady O.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not saying all men. Never said all
go
men.
off on in a minute.
I said Dr. Lady O.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not saying all men. Never said all
go
men.
off on in a minute.
I said statistics.
I mean, that's why
you said most,
men.
right?
And I stand on what I said because that's statistics.
It's 24. It's 24 to 25% of Black men experience ED versus 17% of white men experience ED. And I already told y'all in a previous panel that Black men actually start taking erectile dysfunction medication starting as early as 32. And that was a study that I put on the camera for y'all. And that was about like 3 or 4 panels ago.
I don't buy none of that.
The problem with her stat is
that means that 75% is good.
One mic. The problem with the stat she just talked about, she's only talking about the men who are actually having sex.
Mm-hmm.
So let it dawn in on you. There's
not just that,
you're talking about men in their 30s. Do you realize how many men are not even having sex? You're only talking about the pool of men that are actually having sex.
It's terrible.
So don't just say it's 30% or 25% of all Black.
You ain't have sex in your 30s?
You have to. If you do math.
So how many incels do you know, Darwin?
It doesn't.
Like, is that like a large number that we're missing?
It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
It's Buzzer?
Bruiser. Yes, I'm sorry, Bruiser.
It's irrelevant.
Okay.
You said Buzzer.
It's irrelevant, Boogie. Can you at least address that? It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Us downs and they were broke.
White girl when she do it, but when a Black woman do it, that lady is one of the biggest hoe. I can look up her sex tape right now.
Yeah, but the reason why I got more respect for Kim K is because she got her money out of it. The Black women that are following behind, the Black women that are following behind Kim K, all of y'all lined up to try to be like Kim K, end up getting your tonsils swollen up.
See, and this is another thing why. What's up, Lord ADS? She probably left. This is Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian is the prime example of why body count is not important. Because Kim Kardashian not only did she have a tape come out of her, she had several husbands. She probably was getting ran through by the whole industry. And Kanye wifed her up, right? Because at the end of the day, because Kim Kardashian was beautiful and had a very savvy business type of mindset, right? She was very rich and a business tycoon. Men still married her. Because why did men still marry Kim Kardashian? And knowing she had a high body count, right? Knowing she was ran through, and it's on tape that she's getting her black bone out. They're blowing her back out on tape, right? And she still has been married more than, the average person, average woman, right? She's still getting, because, and then there's women like who are educated, right? Who have, say, Joy Taylor, who can get married, right? Who has a low body count. Because it's all about the mindset. See, Kim K, even though she had a high body count, right? She made a man feel like he was important when she was with him. Enough for him to put a ring on it. See, men typically, we want to be with somebody that make us think we're kings, who gives us a sense of, our importance. But if you get with a woman, let's say a woman with a low body count and she's educated and beautiful, but treats you with disrespect and disrespectful to you, you're going to get rid of that woman, right? You're not going to put a ring on it. This is why 304s get married more than educated women, because educated women typically think they're better than the guy that they're with. The women with the low body count and all these accolades, I got low body count, I got a degree, I've been with only one man. These women have big egos, and in a lot of cases think they're better than the men that they're currently dating. They think they're better than them. And this is what men, we don't like to be looked down on. We don't like to look like we don't like people to treat us in a way where they're condescending. And this is why the 304s get married more than the educated women. Typically, right? So I don't think the body count really matters. It's the mindset. I think it's all about the mindset. Because then here's the question I have. How many is too many? How many is too many? Is 5 too many? 10 too many? 20 too many? What would make her a hoe? How many? Multiple men? Would that make her a hoe? How many? What's the number? What number will make a woman? What number body counts will make you want to marry a woman? What number? Now, let's take that and dice that up. If you marry a woman because she has a low body count, you're walking into a potentially disastrous situation, because now you guys are hypocrites. You tell the women, don't judge men on their financial status. Don't judge men all these superficial things, because, right, you need to get to know. He could be still a good man. But then you turn around and tell the women, well, we're going to judge you on your body count. Well, that shouldn't be important, right? What should be important is to get to know, to see, because some will say some good women can still have high body count, still be good women, right? You don't know, she might be a good woman for you. So, when you're dealing with women on any level, right? And you have a group of women that you're dealing with. Let's say you're dating 3 different women. And out the 3 women that you're dating, right, you're trying to figure out who is more beneficial to you, who you can sustain a fruitful relationship with by building it. That's what you're looking for. And out these 3 women, right, you don't know how many men they slept with, and you'll never know pretty much how many men they slept with. But you're going to go on what they can bring to the table for that moment to you, and how they're going to treat you in that moment. That's what matters to you. So my man, sophisticated jerk, he's a 50-50 man, right? He's a 50-50 man. So she can have a lower body count, classy, but she says she just wants a sole provider. Sophisticated jerk is not getting with her. He's not going to marry her. He might smash her, but he's not going to put a ring on it, right? But here comes a woman who's, she could be 15, 20 body count, right? He doesn't know, but she's saying, I ain't got no problem with being 50-50. He's most likely going to put a ring on it, because he's not going to be real concerned about her body count. He's going to be concerned, can I deal with this woman? And if you don't want a woman that you have to pay all the bills and take care of her, right, then you're going to get the woman that is willing to step to the plate and, pitch in, for the economic success of the house. And that's just the name of the game. We have to be real with ourselves, right? What do you want? Are you marrying a woman because how many men she didn't fuck or how many men she fucked? Or are you going to marry a woman because she aligns with you? Because you guys are compatible? Which one is it? Which one is it? You married her for body count? Oh, I didn't know how many men she fucked. Are you going to really answer that question? Are you really going to answer that question? I don't think so. You know, you never, and you know, you're going to only hope, right, that what she's presented to you, that oh, I don't really deal with a lot of guys, da da da. You're only going to take her word for it. But you never really truly know a woman's body count, truly. Even if you live around them, right? They can sneak, they can have shit, they can be sneaky about it. Women are very aware of the image of who they are, right? So you don't know if she's sneaking niggas out the back to the front. You don't know if she's meeting niggas at hotels. You don't know that before she met you. Even if you know her growing up, you don't know. Some women can hide that shit very well. Now let's take it to the next level. You marry a woman, let's say you find a woman with the low body count and a 50-50. That don't mean she can't get took. That don't mean another man can't take her from you. Right? That don't mean another man can't come in and game her. Any woman can be took, nigga. Any woman can be took. Or fucked, however y'all want to put it. You are that dude until the dude she thinks better comes along. Especially if he has game, swag, all that shit. You know, that's why, I mean, if you really want you a really strong relationship, or at least a better chance, get your ugly girl, right? Get your fat, ugly. You got that many dudes won't. Right? Nobody's gonna really go pull up on them. But if you get you a woman that's really attractive, great body, the chances are somebody's in her ear, waiting and watching for you to fuck up. And that person that's in her ear is gonna capitalize on every motherfucking thing you do wrong. It doesn't matter if she is a high body count, low body count. If another nigga get in her ear, because to be honest with you, I think psychological connections are stronger than sexual connections. I think sexual connections they last only for a little bit, but the psychological, the mind, if she thinks that you're her world, she thinks that you're so, everything, that she really looks at you as a true, that you're better than nobody, very valuable. She can have 100 body count. She don't give a fuck about them 100, the 99. She loves you. She don't let him. And her mind can't be, if her mind locks in on you and only wants to be with you, she'll walk away. This can happen. Or if she have one body count, right? Same thing, right? It's all the mindset. The psychological, in my matter of opinion, is what makes a relationship more powerful than sexual attraction only. Right? I'm not saying sexual attraction is totally off the board, right? You still have to have some sort of, sexual interaction to at least some sort of satisfaction. But the mental part, the mental connection, the mental, that's more important. So this is why I say if a woman sees that you heard everything and you see that she's, fits your mold, and then you guys once again are compatible, and for the most important, psychologically compatible, that falls in line with the mental, then you have a match. But once again, right, it doesn't mean what y'all do in the first 3 years is going to be the same in the last 3 years. Because she can still divorce your ass, right? The women are still leaving. But what I'm saying, if you find one that you can try to get at age 6 to 12, you win. 6 to 12 years, you win. Anything past 12, you're a super winner, right? But it's hard. It seems like it's hard for these men to keep these women. I mean, think about it. Michelle Obama, how could she complain about a dude like him in far as, I know ain't nobody perfect, he got some flaws. So her to complain about maybe a couple of his flaws, I could see that. But to threaten divorce and to rant about how she feels trapped and feels that she can't be her true self because she will always be under his covering, that lets you know, man, a woman will turn on you, regardless of everything you do for her, regardless of how you cheat, regardless of how much you told you love her. These women, if their feelings turn on you, if their emotions lack towards you, they will walk away. They will, no matter how you treat them. These women have the capability of walking away from your ass. And I hope you can only hope that it doesn't happen to you. See, once again, right, the focus of body count is it's not a really good way to assess whether a woman and you can make it. It's not really a good way. I mean, I understand nobody wants to wipe a hoe. That's right. We understand that. Nobody wants to wipe a girl who's ran through because maybe they feel or think that she can't, I guess, or they don't want to be with somebody that they know been fucked by a lot of people. I would say, I don't think a guy would wife a girl who been fucked by a lot of his friends. Yeah, okay, I got that not happening. But a woman, let's say she lived in New York, was ran through, and then moved out to Cali. I met you, and y'all started life together, and y'all are compatible, and y'all feel each other. She's not gonna fly back to New York. She's gonna stay. Yeah. So I think a lot of that's to do with body count. If you know the guys or not, right? Do your homies know that she got ran through? Because if your homies don't know she got ran through, I got you keeping it, nigga. I got you cuffing that. And you're not gonna tell your homie, she better not tell, because then you have to leave. But as long as nobody know, don't hurt. Right? That's why a lot of guys end up marrying 3 or 4 and they last a pretty good while. Listen, any relationship that makes it past, a certain like 5 years, and there's kids involved, there was something there. But forever is such a long time. Forever is such a long time. So, like I said, any woman you meet, whether she got high body count, low body count, if you guys are compatible and you guys get along and then you put a ring on it and she has your children, you have something. You have something, So, yeah. But I also believe that we're judgmental. We're too judgmental, right? We're looking at these women and we're asking them to be righteous. Don't fuck all these guys. I don't want you to fuck all these guys. I just want you to be with only this many guys. And then I think you're the woman for me. Nigga, that don't mean shit. Because the divorce rate says no matter who you are, whether you're rich, poor, whether you handsome or not, these women are leaving. They don't give a fuck because they love their independence. They don't want to listen to what a man has to say. They want to have their freedom. They want to feel free, self-love, right? That has everything to do with the psychological ideology which they're seeing. Or they feel like they can upgrade, right? A better lifestyle. Or they can feel that they can provide for themselves. What's the point of having you? All these things, are what leads up to divorces. It has nothing to do with the nigga she fucked 5 years ago. 100 niggas, she fucked 100 niggas 5 years ago. It has nothing to do with that. But it has everything to do with what she sees for herself in the future and the here and the now. If you're working a regular job and she feels like you guys are struggling and she feels like you guys are always arguing and there's never, the sex isn't as good and she got all these things she's weighing out. The one thing she's going to weigh the most is, hey, I really didn't put too much into this relationship, or I feel I can do better and I feel like I can do better by myself. She will leave you. Everything you do in a relationship or marriage has to do with that relationship and that marriage. Everything you do in there, everything you guys are going through as a couple, that's what helps shape your future. Now, I will say this. A lot of women, there's some women that leave you just because they never was marriage material. They always were into themselves, right? They got married for, underlying reasons like, family, want to look good in front of the family, salvation. They thought, if I get married, I'll really be somebody. I can become somebody, right? There's different reasons why people marry. Every reason ain't for love. I would want to say majority of the reasons people marry is not for love. It's more, experimental for some women. They want to see. They want to give you a chance to wow them. Some of them do it once again for family. Look good in front of family. So there's so many different intentions on why people get married. Not all of it is for, I just love him. Some of it's for convenience. Listen, for the love of money is the root to all evil. So people who, get corrupted by standards of living and things that they can obtain, and if they can't obtain them with you, will still potentially leave you, regardless of their body count. The body count is not, in my opinion, is not a major reason why a woman would leave you. It's not like 5 years down the line, she gonna think about all those 100 men she got fucked her. No. It's what she feels she's achieving with you emotionally and physically, meaning financial growth. This is where the happy wife, happy life sentiment comes from. Because a lot of white men saw once they married these women, that women were very combative. The women want their way, right? And they just, you know what? I'm just going to have to let her have that to keep this marriage, to make it last. Like Keith Sweat said, make it last. Make it last forever. Yeah. And the white men and the Asian men said, the only way these marriages going to last is, me acquiesce to her, let her have her way, avoid arguing with them. The women are always gonna be right, got to be right. He's gonna have to fuck her still good. And that's the only way. This is how they was getting 20, 30 years out of this. Because the kids are already there. See, here's the deal about the happy wife, happy life, right? It was very difficult, right? A lot of men were getting into these marriages, and then the kids were coming, and they met the family. They grow with this woman. And when they see that the woman that they're with was very, I would say combative, all the things that got on their nerves, they couldn't say, oh, I'm just going to leave her. Because number one, it will financially cost them. Two, nobody wants to see their family broke up. See, men, we think of the big picture. We look at the big picture, right? We want our family, we want one house. We want to come home and at least have our home to come as clean or organized. Or at least, basically also the companionship. And so what happens? Men become very avoidant and they mostly acquiesce to the woman to cater to her because they understand that she is not strong like them. If we continue to argue with her against her, try to rattle her emotions and all those things, she will leave. So men's like, you know what? They take a step back and said, okay, I'm going to let her run the house and run me pretty much so that this family can make it. They sacrifice, it's the ultimate sacrifice, sacrificing one's ego. It's just the name of the game. If you're married, you have to bow down to the woman. This is what helps relationship last for longevity. It ain't got nothing to do with body count. It ain't got nothing to do with her past. It has everything to do with you and her. If she picks you, if she lets you put a ring on it, and that you busting her to full load and have babies, she has something for you. She just doesn't hate you. And men understand that with this comes a woman with a lot of pride and right. They know that she's, like I said, maybe the woman that they don't really like the things that she do, but we deal with it and we say, you know what, for the greater good. And a lot of men, I will say, now I might get a lot of pushback. A lot of women, a lot of women would say, stay with that guy because of that. That's a large part of it. So so what do we want, right? We want to, we want to focus on the things that don't matter. Right? And body count is just, to me, a waste of time. Because you get with a woman who has a lesser body count does not guarantee happiness. Does not guarantee that you guys are going to be compatible. It does not guarantee that you guys are going to be together and have a healthy marriage. Not just married, but a healthy marriage. Body count does not guarantee you having that information, even though we know, be honest with you, most niggas don't. Listen, let me give you something. Let's take a look at this, right? J-Lo. I'll go. You know how many high value men, niggas are marrying her left and right and fucking with her? You know how many times she's been married? She's getting ran through. And she was in a relationship with Alex Rodriguez, right? Some pretty, high-end guys who were, because they liked her experience. They didn't care about how many niggas she fucked up to get to them. They wanted her for themselves. Now, J-Lo, J-Lo has a problem with sometimes her ego. I think her first husband cheated on her with Jada Pickett, right? Her pride couldn't let it go. So she left him and she's been getting ran through ever since. So let's take that. Let's look at that. J-Lo got married to some guy. I forgot his name, some white guy. They were married, had kids and everything. And this guy had an affair one time. I wouldn't even say affair. He just did a movie with Jada Pickett where the part of the movie was required him to have sex. And in the movie, he fucked Jada Pickett, right? J-Lo found out. They went back and forth for months and months, and then she divorced him because she couldn't forgive him and move on. She couldn't forgive him and move on. Even though, let's grant it, even though J-Lo, before she met her first husband, had a high body count. J-Lo was already getting ran through from In Living Color before she got married. But why did she leave him? Because she couldn't forgive him for the act she committed with Jada. You know, even though it was within the business, it was in the line of work. This is what they do when you're a Hollywood actor. You know, you get a scene where they want to do a fucking scene. I didn't know that shit. They said they want it to be real because they want to get sell the full picture that it makes it more authentic. And then she left him because she couldn't forgive him, got with all these different guys. And, but what I'm saying is women, the way their sexuality built has nothing to do with their body count. It has everything to do with their mindset. If they can't, a lot of these women, they can have 1, 2 body counts and still be very, very uneasy. They will drive a nigga nuts. They will drive a nigga nuts. A lot of these girls who low body counts, educate, beautiful, they check off all the boxes. They come with baggage still. A lot of them alcoholics. A lot of them are very selfish. Most women are very selfish. All of them think they're the prize. All these women think they're the prize. So with women thinking they're the prize, they look at you like you need them, they really don't need you. So this is why men end up catering. Most men end up catering to their wives. The wives don't cater to them. And it has nothing to do, absolutely nothing to do with body count. It has everything to do with that woman thinking she's the prize. She thinks a nigga better not cheat on me. A nigga better not talk about or this or whatever, right? And this is a large part of why relationships are failing, because the women are challenging the ego of a man. And then a lot of men are just shutting down, and then the women like, fuck this, I'm leaving. I don't want to be, I'm bored. I'm out. Oh, I want to graduate from marriage. All these things, right? They're just doing it because, I want something, I want to do something different. There's greener on the other side. And as soon as they get out there, come out that motherfucking, under that covering, they get ran through.
I got 4 kids and then I don't either. Fucking no crackheads.
Swelling up, and you ain't got a brand, you ain't got no clothing line. You sitting here on the peak broke as hell.
Who ain't got a brand?
And let me speak. And let me speak to this. And let me speak to this thing. Let me speak to this. This body count thing. Because in Real Dope Daddy, y'all gotta listen to men whenever they trying to tell y'all. We're giving y'all the secrets that we don't have to.
A hoe is a hoe, my nigga.
When a man, one thing you gotta understand, when a man chooses not to commit to a woman with a high body count, it's not insecurity. It's selective discernment. Because here's the truth. The more sexual partners a woman has, the higher the risk for issues in pair bonding, long-term satisfaction, and marital stability. That's not a
Thank y'all for coming. You know, I ended on this note. I do think that, you know, pair bonding has nothing to do with sex. That's all psychological. She can have, like I said, you could be she could be a virgin when she meets you and you marry her, and y'all still get divorced 10 years later. Because women are leaving. Not every woman has a high body count. And they're leaving because they think they could do better, or they just bored, or they just don't want you no more. So signing off today, thank y'all for coming in. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. Until next time, Ruthless is signing off.